Ladies and gentlemen, do I have a treat for you today. You're about to witness what a poor adaptation can do to a work of art. In the past, I've done shows that had pretty good adaptations of the manga to the anime, but this time I'm covering a not so good one. Or from the community's opinion, what could possibly be the worst adaptation of an iconic series ever. So, if you were like me and were wondering why everyone was hating on the most recent Berserk series, well, I'm about to show you, because I totally understand now. The fight between Guts and Grunbeld is one of the more memorable ones since it features the first time Guts uses the Berserker armor. It could have saved the series if it was animated properly. But unfortunately, it just wasn't meant to be, and in the typical Berserk 2016 fashion, they butchered it completely. So, enjoy, and I'll be back later to commentate. Alright, I know it's been less than a minute, but I want to briefly talk about what we've seen so far. If you'd like to skip my commentary, the timestamp to do so is in the description, so just go ahead and click that. But anyway, from what we've seen so far, one could say that they seem to be pretty faithful to the manga. True, the panels do match up, but just because they look the same doesn't mean that they flow nicely or have the same impact. Take a look at this scene here with the Berserker armor helmet. You can clearly tell the manga version looks much more menacing. The style of the manga has a much more significant impact and agrees with the tone of the show much more than this CG heavy bullshit ever could. But I'll get more into that towards the end. So that's the majority of the fight. I'm sure that may have been a little hard to take in because the panels were animated so quickly that I had to transition between them much faster than usual. But I'll slow down a few scenes so you can see what trickery that this studio is trying to pull off. The first thing I want to mention is the manga's use of black. In almost every panel there's more black than white, and that really goes towards the top-notch aesthetic that the manga is going for. The anime, on the other hand, really uses this technique, and the only time this style is visible is when we get close-ups of Grunbeld's face. The second thing I want to mention is how clunky the CGI makes the movements look. The manga makes it seem like Guts is doing all these fancy moves while moving at top speeds, but the anime doesn't seem to give the same impact that it should. Guts' moves seem weak and unrealistic. Like, right here for example, he literally defies gravity and starts to float just so the animators can finish his backflip, then animate the upward movement of his sword into a downward swing. Unless the Berserker armor grants flight, then I think this takes away from the intensity of the scene. And finally, I figured I should add in some positive comments. So what I did notice was that wherever there were sound effects markings in the manga, there were the same sound effects in the anime. So the sound work isn't bad. The animation of the blood on Guts' armor also, in this scene, is how I feel the whole show should have been animated. But anyway, now we might be getting a season 3, and you know what they say, third time's the charm, right? I hope. So as always, thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this type of anime content, then you already know what to do. So until next time, ciao!